Hi, this is Jesse Liberty from jesseliberty.com, and this module is creating types and classes. There are two kinds of types in C#. The first is the built-in types that we're already familiar with. Int for integer holds whole numbers, double holds fractional numbers like 6.5, and string holds a series of letters like hello world. In addition to the built-in types, we also have user-defined types. User-defined types can be virtually anything that we want to model in our project. So, for example, we might have an employee class or an account class. These user-defined types make object-oriented programming possible. User-defined types are, of course, models based on problems in our domain that we're concerned about. Models do not have all the detail of the real object. For example, on this map, we don't see all the trees and all the buildings and so forth. It's been simplified, and it's been shrunk down so that we can use it. If this map were 1 inch equal 1 inch, then it would be the size of the actual cities and not terribly useful as a map. A class is how we define a type in C#, and that's what allows us to create new types. Here we are defining the class employee, and we do that with the keyword class. An instance of a class is called an object. We create objects, and the common term for that is to instantiate an object, that is to make an instance of an object. And you can see the syntax here. We say new employee, that creates the object, and we assign that to the object variable Joe. It is common to refer to Joe as the object of type employee. For any given class, you can have any number of objects. Here we see that the employee class has 3 objects. Classes have fields, properties, and methods, and we are going to take some time to review each of these and how they assist the class in fulfilling its requirements. Methods are a piece of code that actually does some work. It modifies the object, or it calculates a value, and so on. Methods can take in parameters and return a single value. So here we see the calculate sum method. It takes in 2 values, first value and second value, and returns the sum of those 2 values. Notice the return type is integer, and that's what we would expect by adding the 2 integers that are passed in. The class and the method was marked public. Anything that is marked public can be seen by any method in your program. However, if it's marked private, then it is constrained to the same class. So if a method is marked private, then only methods of that class can see it. Properties are essentially ubiquitous. Virtually every class has a set of properties. Properties are by their nature public. Here we see 2 properties, one of type int, the other of type double. Fields are very much like properties, but by their nature they are private to the class and can only be accessed by methods of the class. For example, here the vehicle identification number is a private integer field for the class car and is not visible to any method except methods of the car class. Let's talk for just a moment about capitalization. There are 2 types of capitalization that are used in C#6. One is camel case and the other is Pascal case, and the only difference is that camel case begins with a lowercase letter while Pascal case begins with an uppercase letter. Fields, variables, parameters all use camel case. Classes, constants, and properties all use Pascal case. Now, this is just a convention, but it's a convention that is ubiquitous in C#6 and one that will help clarify your code to other developers. Let's take a look at a demo of working with classes and objects.